right, you guys? Podcast time.
Chew. It's quieter.
Fucking podcasting right now.
Chew quieter.
And now, to the podcast studio.
Welcome back to Chew Quieter. My name is Gabe Mercado. I have with me my co-host, Armando Verdugo and Chris Meehan. And we're all wearing black today. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Guess it is. It's a dark day today.
It is kind of
we're mourning the death of Joe Biden.
Yes. I was about to say the same thing. Nobody can find Joe.
Oh, and they finally found him. I guess he's making a speech tonight. Hey, but before we get any further, we gotta say what's up to liftedforless.com, and we need to let everyone know that they need to go to liftedforless.com to get all of their truck needs, their Jeep needs, or their Bronco needs. If you have a Ford Raptor, they got stuff for you there. And if you've got an F-150, they got stuff for you. If you got a Tundra, they got stuff for you. If you got just a JK, a Jeep JK, a JL, a Gladiator, they got stuff for you there. Any type of Bronco accessory. What the hell was that? Who's honking out there?
I guess Justine's home.
The garage door didn't open. She's honking feet open the garage door. Can I park in a garage? Can I park in my spot?
She's probably thinking, why is the door not working?
And this is what happens when you do a live reading for a sponsor ad.
It's live. It's live.
This is a live reading, folks. This isn't rehearsed or
it's not recorded.
Anything else. Yeah. So anyway, liftedforless.com. Go there, check them out. It's your one-click, one-stop shop for all of your Jeep needs, your Bronco needs, your truck needs, whatever you need. Wheels, bumpers, everything.
Your vehicle's going to be there.
Yeah.
If not, it's not our fault.
Yeah. If it's not there, call them. Maybe they can work something out for you.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get back to the meat and potatoes. The a lot of stuff has happened just within a week.
God.
It's been 2 weeks of shit.
Like,
holy crap. Hey, does anyone want to be president? I'll put my hand up and I'll sign to last the next 6 months because no one wants to put their hand up to do the rest of the job.
It's like that meme I saw. It said 0 days since historical events in America.
It's like the injury sign. 0 injuries to this date.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm sure everyone is, if they don't have their head in the sand, is pretty much caught up on what's going on. But we weren't sure if Biden was alive or dead for almost a week. He finally was seen earlier today. He's going to be making a speech later on today. As of today, when we're recording this is July 24th. Supposed to be making a speech in the Oval Office tonight. Prime time.
Everyone look here. When he's doing the speech, look here.
Mm-hmm.
Look here. You know, look at his earlobes to make sure that they're his. It could be the body double. He could be really dead.
Yeah. Might be AI.
Hey. Well, did you see the Kamala Harris phone call that she had with Biden?
Yeah. So
did you see the mix-up that she said she nearly let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah, recording instead of
on the phone.
Yeah. So someone actually, let me find that video. Someone actually did a reverse AI of that phone call.
Oh, and it said, "I'm Batman."
So it's pretty interesting. I'm not alone when people thought, maybe this isn't all
what it sounded so like.
What it sounds like. So check this out.
Yesterday's news was surprising and it's hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. It's I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
Okay. Let's just go on old 11 Labs and see if that's really all they probably used for this. So upload. There we go. And let's see what we got. Yeah, looks like they didn't even really try.
Very likely, 98% likely that they used AI recording for that phone call.
You could tell straight away because it lied. He said me. Like, you put so much faith in me or whatever he said, or effort or whatever. He doesn't talk like that.
Yeah. Well, he barely talks, period. I mean,
Well, he would have been.
that was way too clear to understand
Yes.
everything.
It's too coherent.
Yeah. So the things that were kind of fishy to me when he came out and said that he was dropping out of the race was kind of a few things, really. Number one, it was on Twitter. It was announced on X. We all know that he does not manage his own X page. Someone else does that for him. In fact, they were tweeting during the presidential debate while it was going on from that account. Secondly, the letter that came out was did not have a presidential seal. It was not on it. It was just on his letterhead.
There's no letterhead.
Yeah.
It was on white paper.
Right. Third thing is the signature did not match every other signature that Joe Biden has had.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, maybe he forgot how to do his signature, so he just tried to copy it and slipped at the very end.
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad.
Well, he is slipping, so
Yeah.
very likely.
Apparently, well, there was another clip showing him coming out of Air Force One. Typically don't see this, that the Secret Service was at the top of the stairs when he was disembarking, like he was ready to catch him.
Mm.
And he was very stiff walking down the stairs, which a lot of people and doctors have turned around and said that's what normally happens when you have a stroke, that you become very stiff and awkward because you haven't got your motor skills all the way back yet.
Yeah.
So I think Mr. Joe Biden might not even be here, as in like less here in his head.
Right. So,
and he kind of smirked. He didn't have that stupid smile. He's like, oh.
So now the Democrats are stuck with Kamala Harris. And what I find funny about this whole thing is it's a party that prides themselves on pro-choice, but not a single fucking person chose Kamala Harris. They all voted in the primary for Joe Biden. Kamala Harris still has not won a single primary.
No.
But they're pro-choice of aborting the fetus, not choice of
suck on that.
I know.
Suck on some blood.
So
I know. I just think it's kind of ironic. That's all.
It is all. It's all.
Well, the other thing is, how can you want to run for president, but then when they say, "Hey, here's the keys, it's yours for the next 7 months," she's like, "Oh no, I don't want to do it. What are you making me do it for? I don't want to do it."
Well, obviously, she's the next political puppet. Someone else is pulling the strings. It's so far Obama has not endorsed her, and apparently he had never endorsed. I didn't know this. He never endorsed Biden.
No, he doesn't like either of them.
So there's obviously something going on in the background in the Democratic Party that.
Well, you know who has? Pretty sure Hillary has.
Oh, did she?
Yes, I think she did.
Mm.
I think she came out and says, "Oh, yeah, I endorse Kamala Harris because her name starts with a K, so it's easy to rhyme with Killer Harris."
Hillary,
yeah, and Killer Harris.
So this whole thing with the primaries and the Democrats. If I was a Democrat, I'd be awfully pissed off right now.
Yeah. They don't even care.
They don't. And that's the problem.
It's a Trump derangement. It's all, well, he has felonies. I'm like, well, these felonies are all being overturned and it's all just bullshit. Yeah. Right?
So when it comes to Democrats...
he lied.
Democrats just look at go, they don't care who's at the top. They just want that party in. They don't care of what they want to push through or anything like that. They just want Democrat at the top. They don't care who it is. That's why they don't change their votes.
No matter who.
Yeah, because they don't change their voting. They don't care what bills what they've got or what taxes they want to charge or whatever. People just vote Democrat.
And that's why I think Democrats it's funny when they say that MAGA is a cult. Well, they're in a cult too, because if they're voting blue no matter who, that's a fucking cult.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sticks and stones. Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Yes, I've been Labour, which is Republican, all my life. I actually liked Obama when he first came out. And then after 6 months, I'm like, you fucking idiot.
First time The first time I heard him talk, I'm like, I don't trust that motherfucker.
No, he talks too slick.
Talking up inside his mouth. I'm like, I don't trust this motherfucker. And
Yeah,
everyone
he
like
talks
was
too
like,
slick.
oh, you're racist. I'm like, it has nothing to do with his color. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that there's something shady with this fucking guy. And it's first time I heard him talk is what I felt. And I was like, nope, never.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I couldn't vote because I didn't vote him in, so I can just go, yeah, I liked him, but then I don't like him. So fuck you, everyone who voted for him.
Yeah. I didn't vote for him. I think I went Gary Johnson during that one.
That's like,
I went either independent or libertarian for those. I did not vote Democrat. That's for damn sure. I didn't vote for Trump the first time just because I didn't think of him enough to say, yeah, I think he could do a good job. But when he did get elected, I thought to myself, I'm going to give him a chance. Just like I do every president when they get elected.
So you
I'm gonna give
voted
them
for
a chance.
Hillary?
No, I voted for Gary Johnson.
Oh, okay.
During that election.
I was just trying to catch you out, Gabe.
Oh, God, no. I didn't vote for him. Don't do that to me, man.
Gabe would have been, bonk, dead.
Yeah,
Channel
delete.
dead.
Yeah,
Let's just try this again. Restart.
dead air.
Yeah. No. And first Trump, I voted for Trump, and I was all in for the fact that I wanted to get the status quo out of there. The status quo is these people come in as a local government, and then they just build up these fortunes, and they're swayed easily because they need the money. They want the money. They want more money.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who's going to sway a billionaire to go their way? And yes, I'm sure it's possible, 100%. But do I believe it's less likely that it's going to happen with someone that already has money that can just say, fuck you?
Yeah.
So
I just look at it too.
That was
like
a chance I was looking for.
He's got that much money. He can just sit on the beach somewhere. Why would you want to go into politics? Politics don't matter to you.
He gets shot at.
Correct. Politics don't matter to you when you have billions of dollars. They just don't.
So speaking of billions of dollars or not having billions of dollars, Trump announced that J.D. Vance is going to be his vice president nominee. J.D. Vance came up very poor in Ohio. He's a pull yourself up from your bootstraps type of guy. He was a Marine, and he made something of himself by himself. So he's wrote a book. His book was based, or there's a movie based on his book. And this guy came out and said, "Listen, I didn't really trust Trump the first time around, and neither did he. He didn't like him. He was very vocal about it, and Trump's actions changed his mind, just like it changed my mind." So J.D. Vance looks to me like he's got his head on his shoulders correctly. He knows what it's like to be poor. He knows what it's like to be middle class. And now he knows what it's like to be someone that's in a position to help those classes come up a little bit, earn a little bit more money, help them out with tax situations. So I think this is a good move. There was plenty of other options I thought would have been good moves also. So I can't, Monday quarterback this one and say this is a bad move, or they should have went with this other guy. Listen, Trump has a plan for everything. This guy doesn't just act impulsively. So I think this is a good move altogether, no matter what anyone says, especially because like I said, he's someone that was poor at one point and knows what it's like to be poor. We haven't really had someone in office like that.
Yeah, I like this positioning of putting him in this spot right now, because he gets 4 years to really jump in and become something, and it'll give us a good option that's not 8,000 years old in the next cycle.
Correct. Yeah, he could take on the next 8 years after Trump.
Right. So
yeah.
I'm hoping and watching and seeing what he can do and how well he does his job and goes further with this.
Yeah. Speaking of VPs, there's quite a few different rumors going on with Kamala and who she's going to pick. The name that keeps coming up is Pete Buttigieg.
Oh my God, Mr. What is he? DOT.
Yeah, the guy's a fucking.
He's a douche.
He doesn't do anything.
Every option is shitty.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better. So what's the next option? Newsom? Fuck, really?
No, yeah.
Really, you want fucking Newsom? Like, really? You want the whole country to be run like California?
Yeah.
So
That's
people
not gonna
can't
happen.
people can't leave California fast enough because of the shit Newsom's done.
Yeah, there's a mass exodus.
So now we're going. So maybe I should be looking up condos in Mexico.
Yeah, like Buttigieg today. I watched him on the news, going off at Delta Airlines for not recovering quick enough from the blackout on Friday.
Yeah.
He's like, how is it that Southwest can get up and run and get their planes up and running and their passengers sorted and all the rest? And I said, yeah, because they do like 1,000 flights a day. Delta fly tens of thousands of flights a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a lot to catch up with.
Yeah.
And this guy's just going nuts. I'm just like, you know what, dude? You are so out of touch. It's like you are trying to boost yourself up right now to be in the headlines to go, yes, pick me as VP. Look, here I am.
Look how many things he's mishandled this year. Look at all the railroad issues that we've had. Look at the Key Bridge in Baltimore. Some people think he should have acted a lot quicker on that.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you the people of Baltimore really think that.
Oh, yeah. He's dropped the ball so much just on getting roads resurfaced and restructured for what they said with we're going to build back better bridges and better roads and all this kind of stuff. Well, in the 4 years that you've carried on, what have you done? What have you improved? You haven't improved on shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, even as Kamala Harris as VP, she was the czar of the border. And she's never been to yet. Fucked up job. Yeah, she hasn't been there.
Still hasn't.
But she's never been to Europe, though.
Correct. Yeah, she's never been to Europe either. Well, she's not a world traveler.
It's the same. Am I, though. It's the same amount of plane flight. You know what I mean? She obviously doesn't like taking planes, but at the same time, too, when she was doing that interview, I think she was in Guatemala. I'm like, you just flew across the border. Did you not look out the window and go, oh, does that look what the border looks like?
So she had an interview with 60 Minutes on her being nominated or whatever you want to call it. So check this out.
What did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on it, you know?
That's how she got through life altogether, I think.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
She slept with Willie Brown, who was a prominent figure in California politics. So that's how she got her comeuppance in politics, was sleeping her way up.
So I was going to say something. Look, see her neck. See how like it's very muscly.
Yeah.
Singers get that neck because they're constantly.
She's just straining.
So she's
that deep throat.
She's had a lot. Like that's a lot. I haven't seen porn stars have that kind of muscle.
Hognobbing.
Oh my god.
Hognobbing.
God. Damn.
Yeah,
every time I see her, I can't take my eyes off her neck. It's like gobble 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 gobble.
I really can't wait until she has a debate with Trump, just because if you remember the Trump or the Tulsi Gabbard and Kamala exchange from 4 years ago,
from 2020.
From 2020.
Or 2018.
She got handled.
Oh,
she got handled.
Yeah. Back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president. But I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congress.
Yeah.
That was not true.
Yeah. So I can't wait for the debates.
Well, Vance is going to nail her. Well, he thought he was going to.
Yeah.
And he's all upset about it because he's like, it's not fair. Now Trump gets to have a go and I don't. It's not fair. He came out and he was at a rally and he literally came out and said, it's not fair that Trump gets to debate her and I can't now.
Yeah.
I was so looking forward to it.
Now
it's just going to get stupid butter cheek, butter. It's not like butter.
Yeah. There was another clip that I wanted to play that I thought was
we're going to go from this gone to yesterday's gone to some other gone.
Oh, you're talking about
in the future gone.
What could have been?
Oh my God! Yes,
I can't remember exactly what she says, but
how can she remember that shit?
Because she said it so many fucking times.
Oh my God! It doesn't make any sense.
So here's another clip that I wanted to show you. This is just the fallout from Joe Biden quitting.
What, he didn't quit.
Well, he dropped out, I should say.
They told him to get out.
Yeah. So this is the reactions from the liberals has been.
Wait,
fucking
are you sure
phenomenal.
they even told him?
He's dropped out! He dropped out! Joe Biden, please! Gen Z, we need to band together. Please. He was for Gen Z's first president.
Oh my God. And I bet you he's from Virginia.
So I thought that was Darb for a second when I first saw that video. But this is the typical liberal freak out, unhinged.
They took it away from me.
Unhinged fucking liberal that painted
They're all
fingernails.
I'm painting my fingernails black tomorrow.
That's a 3-year-old temper tantrum at the cereal aisle at the grocery store.
I want Captain Crunch.
I want Lucky Charms.
What do you mean, Mummy? I can't have a lollipop. I want a sucker. Well, that sucker's gone.
The sucker's got to be going for president.
She's back.
She's
back.
So there's one thing that I also wanted to bring up was the Secret Service director. She quit.
She gone too. Bye-bye.
Kim Cheadle.
Next.
There's so many people that think this is a cover-up, and for rightfully so.
It's definitely a cover-up. The way I've been watching it, it's crazy. It's out in the open.
That hearing was a joke. Watching that hearing, I'm like, she's like, it would be like you did something wrong at work, and they call you in for a meeting to figure out what your action was, why you did this, and she's like, I don't know, I didn't go, I wasn't there. Like,
go see Chris. He'll tell you what it was. Go see Chris.
They're fucking automatically fucking fired. I mean, how are you in charge of everything? This is your number one priority. Is these two guys? You have two guys that you gotta make sure don't die. The other ones are who really gives a shit.
So I think what's happening is she went there just to stonewall the whole process, and then let let the FBI figure out what it is that people are looking into so they can cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
So they ask her a bunch of questions. She stonewalls them. And now the FBI is like, okay, now we need to cover this. We need to cover that. Oh, fuck. They think there's 2 shooters. Now we need to cover that.
Erase.
Yeah, quick, let's look at the water tank. What's going on with the water tank?
Yeah.
So in one of the clips, they had, I don't know if it was Secret Service, but they had the guys in the camo that were there that came in, like when they rushed Trump off, the guys from camo came in onto the stage.
Yeah.
Well, they released their body cam.
Yeah, I'll get to that. I have
Okay,
it.
you saw that? Okay.
I want to show you this first because this is one of 2 of my favorite sequences during that hearing.
Oh,
Check
yeah, I like this
referring
one.
to the FBI. When asked how many shell casings were on the roof, you referred to the FBI. When asked if there were explosives in the car, you referred to the FBI. When asked if Crooks was acting alone, you referred to the FBI. See a common theme here? I can go on and on. My question is, who at the FBI should I speak with?
I don't know.
Wait for it.
The FBI is responsible for the criminal
Is there a
investigation.
name?
I'm not certain.
I'm not certain.
Who
All
at
right,
the
here we go.
FBI
I'm
is
not
running the
certain. I
investigation.
don't know. Let me ask a different question. Have you been in communication with the FBI?
Yes, I have.
With whom?
I speak with the director and the deputy director.
Okay. And what have they shared with you about this investigation? So I'll give you an opportunity to answer again. Did they share with you how many shell casings were on the roof?
They have shared with me the
Did
evidence
they
they've collected.
share with you how many shell casing were on the roof?
Yes.
Okay. How many were there?
I would refer to the FBI for
How
their
many
investigation
were there?
Jesus
and their
Christ.
information
Fired.
they need to share in their investigation.
So they've shared the information with you. You just don't want to share the information with us, correct?
We have concurrent investigations that are going on.
So they have shared this information with you. You know the answer to the question. You just refuse to answer the question from the member of Congress who has subpoenaed you to be here. Is there a
Correct.
different answer to that question?
I was always willing to come here and testify before this oversight hearing.
Beautiful.
No.
Then let's do that. Let's for once have your actions match your words. So you've been in communication with the FBI. You know the answers and you refuse to tell us the answers. So I will ask you again. You know how many shell casings were on that roof. What is the answer to that question?
I think it's pertinent.
What
to talk,
is the answer to that question?
I think it's pertinent to talk to you about the information that the Secret Service has and that the Secret Service knows related.
I'm
to the
asking
event.
you an
Unbelievable.
answer to the question. If you're supposed to be in charge, if the buck stops with you, how come you can't share the answers? What are you covering up? What are you hiding, my friend?
I'm not covering anything.
Then why can't you answer a simple question?
I would leave it to the criminal investigation to answer questions related to that.
Yeah, I would have fired her on the spot.
You know what that reminds me of? A parent talking to a child that just got caught red-handed, and the kid's trying to cover their hands and say, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it."
Mm-hmm.
That's Johnny's weed, not mine.
Yeah, it's Armando's pot,
God.
not my pot.
Like, it's just, I watch a lot of these hearings, like even the January 6th and all this kind of stuff, and it's literally, I couldn't even watch that because it's the same shit. Nothing ever gets done. Everyone's just like, I'll have to get back to you. I'll have to get back to you. I'll have to get back to you. And I'm just like, why are you even there? And for her to say, oh, I was going to come on my own accord. Well, you know what? Were you going to say the same thing when you come on your own accord? But you're subpoenaed. So therefore you must. It's not
Right.
It's not, you go in there just out of your goodwill. You have to go. It's against the law if you don't turn up.
So here's the other interaction that I thought was brilliant. And this is just a snippet of it. This is just the tail end of it. But the closing line is fucking brilliant.
I believe your horrifying ineptitude and your lack of skilled leadership is a disgrace. Your obfuscating today is shameful. And you should be fired immediately and go back to Garden Doritos.
Go back to Garden Doritos is the best.
Oh, yes.
That's a mic drop and a half right there.
Oh, so good. I just look at that and go, what? How was the job listed is how I want to see. Like when it was listed on the Indeed, what was their prerequisites to be head of Secret Service?
Well, here's the thing. She was Secret Service before, but she was just doing different details.
Well, who was she? Who was she looking after? One of the president's kids.
She was an admin.
Cheney.
No, but
so she was looking after Cheney, and then she was an admin also, and then she had something to do with Obama also, but I can't remember exactly what it was at this point. The fact of the matter is, incompetence is incompetence is incompetence is incompetence. No matter how the fuck you look at it, you can have a job. In fact, I work with a woman right now that is super fucking incompetent, and she's about to get fired because her incompetence has been showing time and time again, and they're finally tired of it. So you can have and hold a job for a while before someone finally says, you know, I'm sick and tired of your fucking bullshit. You're fucking fired. Or they quit before you can get fired. So that hides a lot of your bullshit. So with that being said, she's friends with Jill and Joe Biden.
Well, it was Joe Biden's office and that put the recommendation in for her to be put up there.
Right.
Yes.
And since they're trying to do this whole DEI thing, of course they hire this woman. And she's the one that's pushing for more DEI opportunities in Secret Service, which is why you saw so many female Secret Service agents who, in fact, weren't all Secret Service agents. They were Homeland Security. So they didn't have the proper training. This has all come out recently.
Yes,
That the people in that detail were Homeland Security.
Yep.
So we're looking at a whole bunch of fuck ups, and it all just boils down back to this administration being a complete shit show.
Well,
look at all of these hires, like, even across the cabinet. There's the dress wearing guy. There's all these people that want to claim that there's some sort of race that they're really not.
Right.
They bought a Dreamcatcher souvenir and a trip to Arizona back in 1982, and now they're quarter Indian.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's gross, man.
It's even come out now. Did you see that the FBI has been around Cook's house?
Yeah.
So many times.
Yep. There's 2 phones.
Backwards and forwards for like weeks.
There was someone with him, meeting with him covertly. Once was at the gun range that he was at. The other times where they met at different locations. They don't know who it is, obviously. They're not going to they're not going to get that far down the rabbit hole.
It'll come out.
Tell us who it
but
is.
we know who it is.
Yeah, it'll eventually all come out. You can't hide this shit no more.
No.
That's why they want to get rid of TikTok and these platforms, because we are so intertwined now than ever before that we can go look for stuff, and it takes 5 people to post something, and the evidence is out there. It's hard to get that back under wraps.
Yeah. So, Chris, this is the video that you're referring to.
Yep, that's the one.
So we don't know.
So this is a body cam video of
Yes, that they sent the yes, Beaver County sniper scene.
an officer on the roof right after they took out the gunman.
Got it. So the bike in the back, is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know. So
I
we're
don't
just
know.
treating that as suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right. So if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did. Yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's.
So we had the picture of that.
I got that.
Okay. And then this is his bike with the stuff. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window. He's the one that physically seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out.
Okay. So, and we have somebody detained, correct?
That I don't know.
People detained on this side. Our guy that was just up here told me that there's a guy detained who's the owner of the bike, and I said, no, I think that's the owner of the bike. Yeah, basically, when I got
We've been up here, so we wouldn't know that information.
We just hold ass. We got every
Right, got it.
We hopped up
No,
over it.
yeah, that's no problem. Is that all your stuff?
That was one of our
Yeah. So someone came up looking to treat him, and
Yes.
Copy. Gas is off to the building, just so you know.
Thank you. Yeah, they do. I talked to the guy. Those people detained were filming.
By the way, do you see how close that water tower is? See how close that water tower is?
Well,
That's what, 120 yards maybe?
It comes across the radio. They're talking about the water tower.
I talked to the guy. Those people detained were filming.
Water was notified. They authorized.
Maybe they were involved. Maybe they weren't.
Will start somebody. Other than that, I haven't heard anybody.
Well, I think it's. The guys that saw them filming were like, "Oh, they were filming us, and then filming the guy up on the roof, and then filming us, and then when the shots started firing, they like tried to run away." I was like, "Isn't that what everybody would do that has a phone?" You know, I'm not saying they weren't involved, but you know what I mean. Like that.
It's soaking air right now, right?
Right. So I got no problem detaining them. But again, I'm just trying to detain those guys, find out what they know, who they are, whatever. I'm trying to get clear information to relay back to DC.
Souls in the water tower.
We have one shooter deceased.
Yeah, so they said something about the water tower right then.
3 victims. I think we have 3 victims, who they are, whatever. I'm trying to get clear information to relay back to DC.
Souls in the water tower.
We have one shooter deceased.
They called someone to the water tower.
3 victims in the crowd.
If I was a sniper, that's where I would be.
So I heard 1 deceased.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the highest point.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a clear angle to him.
Rear
one command. We have access to a drone. What is this water tower?
Now they want a drone.
Any LE?
No, that's incorrect.
I will try to confirm.
In the van.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at their ARs and I'm wondering, I wonder what kind of silencer is on that thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the same one I have.
I want their headgear. I want to be able to see at nighttime.
Oh yeah, if you want Knox, Jesus, you're looking at like $10,000 for a good set.
But how much fun could you have with that?
Yeah.
Shooting your neighbor's house out.
I don't know about shooting. Like,
why are you looking at me?
I'm talking.
What the fuck did I do?
I just got what you're talking about, Amanda. Fucking neighborhood popper over here.
Oh boy. So one last bit on this, and this just goes to the balls that Australia media has.
Well, we don't give a fuck.
Sky News in Australia. Fucking hats off, bravo. There's this one lady in particular. She's a Middle Eastern descent. It looks like I don't know for a fact, but she is just going off. She is just going off on them. She is from India.
Yeah, Pakistani or Indian. She is.
Yeah, good for this chick though. Check this out.
Yeah.
We may any day now, any minute now, have the comprehensively inept, bumbling giggler-in-chief Kamala Harris installed as the leader of the free world and the Democrats' 2024 presidential candidate. No elections, no primaries, nothing. Isn't it funny how the side that bleats endlessly about threats to democracy is the biggest threat to democracy? It's always about projection with these folks. For whatever you may think of the cognitively impaired Joe Biden, he has won the delegates necessary for renomination. They had primaries, Joe won them. In any sort of democracy, that matters for something, but not anymore. And it's not because they suddenly discovered Joe was mentally unfit for office. It's because he is floundering in the polls. Even before the debate, he was in peril. But after his cognitive decline was laid bare, the vultures have come out. And it's the wildly unpopular and incompetent Kamala Harris who is right now seen as the best chance. Yes.
Yep.
So how are they going to tag that as racist and sexist when it comes from Middle Eastern women? So like, come on.
Yeah, that TV station, Sky News, was even fun to watch during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just come out and just said so much shit that, like, what do you like? Pretty much like you're full of shit. Let's get back to living. Take the mask off. They just tell it how it is.
I love it.
It's a common sense. Well, like Tucker Carlson got fired. They've fired people that have stood back and literally just reported on common sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it allows you, which is what the news is supposed to do. They're supposed to tell you the facts as they see it. And then it's up to you and me to go, do we believe it to be true, or do we think it's full of shit? Whereas the news agencies now just tell you that's the truth, no matter what.
Yep.
Believe it.
Yep.
It's not an opinion anymore.
Right.
Now, facts are facts. If you see someone burning in a car after a car accident, that's a fact. You can't turn around and go, oh, no, they just died of natural causes. Yeah. That's what we're telling you. That's what you need to believe. Don't worry about the fire in the background. It's just like when they do hurricane stuff, they've had that big fan in front of them, like they're going to get blown away, and it's just like a normal storm. Busted.
Yeah, with a guy behind him just casually walking by
with an umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how that works. Okay.
So, big shout out to Sky News in Australia.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. Big fan. If I could, maybe Chris, you could help us out with this. I'd love to get this chick on the podcast.
Oh my God, it'd be so hard though. What do you think? I know her or something? I could just pick up the phone and go, "Oh, that's Daniela."
Don't you
What's
Australians
going on,
know each
man?
other?
Yeah, dude, we're all neighbors.
Yeah,
literally.
come on. I mean,
everyone you see on TV, we live on the same street. Steve Irwin was in my back pocket. Like we used to hang out all the time and chase
Chris is
crocodiles.
like, me and this chick used to throw rocks at the same Aborigines people all the time.
There's like 250 people in all of Australia. You have to know everybody.
Yes, yes, pretty much. It's like me telling, hey, all you Texan people, do you know each other?
They almost all do, kind of.
They do. They all
Bad example, Chris.
That's Kentucky people. That's at Christmas they all get together.
Yeah.
It's a family Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
It's the whole state gets to one spot. And it's like, hey, cousin.
Who brought the whiskey? That's all that matters.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, let's hear your Kentucky accent.
I can't do a Kentucky accent.
You did a Mexican accent last week. You got to do a Kentucky one.
Hey, look, that's easy. I can just channel Looney Tunes and I've got it.
By the way, we got some really great feedback from some people on that. They loved it.
Yes, I actually saw the comments on TikTok about that.
Yeah.
One person said, that's racist. Oh, no, actually, it was another one I looked at. It was not Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny shooting Indians. And the Indians were popping up and he was shooting them.
Yeah.
1 Indian, 2 Indian, 3 Indian, 4, and then something else. And I think he said red Indian because I think they had to work which one they were shooting. Not the dot Indian, but the red Indian.
Not dot,
right.
but a feather.
And everyone was commenting, and I had to go in the comment section, and everyone's like, that's racist. How could they ever show that place? And blah, blah, blah. And then everyone's like, I'm an Indian, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some kind of sense of humor. Don't be so uptight.
I know you grew up in Australia, so I don't know if you know this or not, but the Disney cartoons, like back in the 50s, were highly racist.
Oh, my God. And yes,
Did
but
you
we
know
loved
that?
it. Yes, but it's not so much they were racist. Everyone didn't have everyone had thick skin back then. Most people.
I mean, there was still outrage back then about it because they were depicting black people a certain stereotype way. But I mean,
they didn't get Miss Jemima off a friggin', is that what her name was? Off
Aunt Jemima.
Yeah,
Aunt
that
Jemima.
one. Off, peanut. Geez, I'm really
Syrup.
stuffing this shit up. Friggin'
Yeah,
maple
you are.
syrup. Fuck me. You know what I mean? So it's just we're living in a different age where you can't say shit because you might offend somebody. Well, I'm sorry. I'm 47. I'm not like that. If I'm going to say something that offends you, guess what? Bad the fuck luck. Get over it.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of years left. I'm going to say what the fuck I want.
Fuck yeah. I could die tomorrow. I'm not going to be fucking courteous.
Yeah.
Just because you might get upset about because I called you a name. Well, it goes back to sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never fucking hurt me.
Right.
Australians put the
But-
fucking part in, just so you know.
Yeah.
But the whole idea though is that we used to be able to joke with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
You used to be able to call your white friend cracker, and you'd go back and forth, beaner, cracker, whatever, and it kind of went over, and it's kind of the whole reason why I got the brown Artec guy or the brown BAM guy now. But it was because, you know what, screw that. You guys all want to play this game. Oh, they want to say he's Hispanic. I don't know where Hispania is. Oh, he's a Latino. What the fuck is a Latino?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm a brown American. Who cares?
Yeah. And that's what I loved about you, because like when we first met, I'm like, this guy's calling himself the brown guy from Artec. And I'm like, I have a guy he's black and he calls himself Token. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh, Amando's just like him. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is good. It means he can hang shit on himself.
Right. It's about finding the light in everything, not finding the dark in everything.
Correct.
And I don't know. I grew up in a different age where I laughed at comedy in different forms, and there was racial humor, racial tension, and it also changed a lot of things by having that racial humor, racial tension. And then it became where you couldn't even joke about it. Like, even like in posts where I like joke with a friend, like, oh, that you can't say that to people. I'm like, fuck, I can't.
Yep.
This is a friend of mine.
It's not going to offend
I'm not a friend
him.
of him. Right. He knows that we've already
Correct.
said this joke. He knows where this joke comes from. You being an outsider, what are you offended for? I'm not saying it to you.
Mind
Me
your
and him
business.
are having an inside joke that is between us. Get the fuck out.
Yep. Well, you've only got to go back to the movies that I used to watch when growing up, like with Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Right.
One white guy, one black guy.
Gene Hackman and Richard Pryor.
No, not Gene Hackman.
Not Gene Hackman. Gene.
Yeah,
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah, Gene Wilder. Yes,
it's Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor did a lot together.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God,
that was the best back and
Yes.
forth between the white and black and the humor but the brotherhood that went with it. And you don't understand that.
Hang on.
I
there was
I can
no
say some
brotherhood.
shit. No, not in that movie, but them for the most part.
Not between them
was-
two. No. Off camera, they hated each other.
Right. But on
camera,
set, on the movie, on camera, yeah.
Yeah, Richard
But
Pryor
they
never
put-
ever
they put-
hang out together.
But they portrayed like that friendship though is
Correct. Which is what
that was.
Which is how
Richard Pryor had ties to the Black Panther Party for quite a while. So he had some racial tendencies also. Let's not pretend like he did it.
The most racist people are people of color.
Yeah, true.
And if I didn't grow up around my family, I probably wouldn't know what racist things are.
Not
That's
me
a
either.
fact.
And that's a fucking fact. I mean, I grew up in Monterey Park where there was a heavy Asians population. And I heard every word that you could possibly imagine about Asians and stereotypes and dirty words and whatever from my family in the neighborhood we lived in.
Yeah, so I think the most racist movie I watched growing up was Blazing Saddles.
That's not even racist though.
But it is now. Like they've canceled it. Like you try and find it.
Oh, it was just on TV. Not on TV, but it's available.
Yeah.
I just watched it.
Was it on streaming?
I watched
Or
it.
cable?
Yeah.
No, streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming. Yeah.
You know, that's,
But I get your point.
That's
Just-
classic.
Okay, so this was a topic I was going to bring up today, so I'll kind of segue into that right now. There's a bunch of movies coming out that are going to be really, really good at the end of this year and next year. Not one of them is a comedy, like a really good comedy, because we cannot make comedies like we used to anymore.
No,
because people
dead.
People are too sensitive and want to cry foul.
Yeah, I think the last good comedy that would be kind of on the racial side, like the old school racial side, is Grown Ups.
Maybe, yeah. But even movies like Superbad, you couldn't make Superbad today.
No.
Yeah, no. There's so many movies that hold anything to that level you can't make today. But you can make every picture you want about some transgender and a society that's all just gay or lesbian. And it can be all it is. It's just everything is in there. I'm like, that's not reality. It's not true. That doesn't really hold anything to.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that.
Or see,
but that
or
offends straight people.
Well, not
no.
all
You can't be offended. You can't be offended.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you can't be offended if I want to be a little bit racial.
There's more people. There's more people that would ignore that type of movie than that will speak out and say this is fucked up.
I just won't watch it. I just go by and if it says something where it's like complete LGBTQ plus whatever, I'm like, I'm not watching that.
No,
and it's not that I'm against that, but do it when you want to do it, and that's fine. I don't want to see even heterosexual couples.
I don't want to walk out of the theater with a boner.
It's awkward sitting beside my kids. What the hell?
Exactly.
Close your eyes,
So
kids. Yes, even at the cinema, close your eyes.
So about all these movies that are coming out, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with what is coming out, but oh my goodness, there is some good stuff coming out. There's a Gladiator 2. There's the Beetlejuice 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new Predator movie coming out.
Oh God, yeah.
Another version of The Crow.
How many times can you do the Predator?
Another version of The Crow. The one that I'm really interested in is a movie called Trap, and that's directed by M. Night Shyamalan. That one looks very interesting to me, and that's about a guy that's a serial killer, and he doesn't know it, but they've trapped him in a concert venue with his daughter. So he's trying to find his way out of it, that sort of thing. So that one looks pretty interesting to me.
I'm just waiting for a new Deadpool movie to come out.
I was just about to mention Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I've been hanging for that one. That's gonna be hilarious.
Twisters, that one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, Gerald went and saw that 2 days ago. He said it was okay.
Really?
Said it was all right.
And then 2025 has a whole bunch of movies coming out too. And the one that I'm really most interested in is the Formula One movie with Brad Pitt.
And I think that's going to be a dud.
I want to see it just because I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of F1 too, but just
Jerry Bruckheimer movies always seem to encapsulate that type of fast moving action stuff really well.
Too much CGI.
There's not much CGI in that one.
I don't see Brad Pitt driving around in an F1 car flat out.
He did. No, he did. Well, it's not an F1 car. It's an F2 car that's been modified to look like an F1 car.
Does 60 miles an hour down a track.
That's why if you look at the trailer, he's not wearing a Hans device.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at the shorts of it and I'm just like, ugh. Now, if it looks like Need for Speed, didn't like that movie either.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't too bubblegum, but it was still a little bubblegum. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we?
What genre would you prefer to watch all the time?
Me?
Yeah.
I really enjoy full-on action movies.
Okay.
Let's blow some shit up. Let's shoot some people. That kind of military action type of movies. What's that guy's name? Jerome, whatever he is. Stuck in the White House is under fire, and all those kind of movies.
Jerome Butler.
Yeah, that guy. Jason Statham. Any movie he's in, I'm watching.
I just saw The Beekeeper.
Oh, that was so good.
That was pretty good.
That was so good. That's
going to be good enough to keep me watching it. But
really,
well, I mean, it's almost like another John Wick, but just without.
Jason Statham's been doing those kind of movies for the last 15 years. maybe more.
Oh yeah, transporter movies are awesome.
Yeah, well, what's that one where he so he nearly lost me at one point. I think it's called Cranked, where he got the jumper leads,
fucking stupid.
the jumper leads, and he puts them here. And he's like, ah, and goes
Yeah.
crazy. I'm just like, okay, you just lost me at this one because now you've just gone stupid. Armando hasn't seen it.
He had to kill himself to keep himself alive.
He's got no idea what we're talking about.
I watched none of this shit, and any of those movies you just said are going to be good for is coming up. I'm like, fuck, I'm never going to watch any of those fucking movies. I've never seen the first of any of those movies.
Armando watches
and I will
the
never
French
watch
movies.
a second.
Armando watches the French movies with the subtitles. It's
The
like,
new My Little Pony is
I've
coming
seen
out.
Grown Ups. Not even that. I just not really a movie guy. Just.
Armando's too worried about getting a boner in the theater and walking out with a boner.
I do that anyway. It doesn't matter.
That's why he has a tub of popcorn.
It could be the popcorn ad, and it'll be like a boner popcorn. I'm going popcorn. I don't really care. No.
Armando's the one that puts the hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, they don't come with the hole?
It's like, ooh, you see that box of Raisinets? That got me chubby.
You see those Raisinets jiggling? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like,
I want to check out one of those IMAX 4D movies theaters.
Oh, I don't think I could do that. I was watching. Is that the one where all the seats move and?
Yeah, their seats move. There's fans, and if it rains, you can let it rain on you.
I was watching. There's a clip somewhere
like
I watched.
a strip club.
Of Is that what happens at the back?
There's no sex in the champagne.
That's not rain.
There's no champagne room.
That's not rain. You might get wind, but it's not rain.
You might get blown.
They were watching Twister in that the 4D movie, and dude, I was watching these people there. It's literally jumping in that Jeep that rolled down the hill last week. Literally, they're going nuts, and I'm just like,
is it the seat that has all the
it moves,
shakes and rumbles?
Yep,
yeah,
and it was insane.
Smoke and water and scent.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
it's like at
the California Adventure
California
ride.
Adventure. Yes.
I freaked out on that. I got sick.
Or it's one of Universal Studios.
I got motion sickness on that thing so bad.
Tron? You thinking of Tron?
No, at Universal Studios it was.
It's California Dream, and it's called.
No, not the ride. It was like a theater. You sit in a theater at
and you rise up.
No, not that one.
Oh.
It was like a Bug's Life or something like that.
Oh,
at
yes.
California Adventure.
Yes.
And
Bug's
it
Life.
has a scent or something happened.
Yes.
But there's also one at Universal, and I think it's a Shrek movie. And it has like the smell of onions and like, the whole Shrek thing.
Well, the first thing that they ever developed that was similar to that was at Disneyland, and it was the Michael Jackson Captain EO ride.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Captain EO?
Nope.
Michael Jackson played a futuristic spaceship captain in a movie. And they made it into a theme park ride in Disneyland.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was, and back then it was that the seat it vibrated, it moved, it shook, it spit water at you, and there was scents and smoke and everything come out of the seat.
Yeah, that was a big deal back then because it was the first of its kind.
Yeah,
but
I think these new ones are more rough.
The ride itself was lame. The movie was lame.
Yeah.
So moving on, I wanted to tell you guys about a couple of dreams that I had.
What have you fucking dreamt up now? You have the weirdest. What do you take before you go to bed? Because you have the most fucked up dreams.
Did you take all the gummies?
Yeah, so those were gone long ago.
Like the second night.
Yeah, before I even left North Carolina, they were gone.
Did they help you sleep?
Yes. I had to take multiples though because those 10 milligrams they're not enough. So lately I've been taking.
I take like a quarter of one and I'm out.
So lately I've been
wake up fresh, like yes, let's go.
I'm taking anti-inflammatories for my shoulder because my shoulder's just been so fucked up lately. I can't really sleep that well, and that's probably probably the other part of it is the
2
sleep
plus
that I
2
do
equals
get.
10.
Yeah. So the first one that I had, do you remember the song "November Rain" by Guns N' Roses? I was in that music video. I had long hair. I had a leather suit on with a leather tie, and I had a bandana. I was part of the wedding crowd for that scene where they're getting married in the church. Yep. Yeah. It was just so awkward. I don't know why. I haven't heard that song in forever. But I'll tell you what, when I woke up, I just kept hearing that song in my head.
I think someone's playing tricks on you.
The other dream that I had
it's probably Jennifer.
Yeah, she's whispering in his ear when he's asleep.
She probably has like a little player, and she's like, let's see what this song does to this fucker.
Fuck him up tonight.
So as you go to sleep, she's pumping into the room.
If you're watching this,
laughing.
If you're watching this, Jennifer, tonight, play the Wiggles.
Oh,
play the Wiggles.
All right. So the second dream, and I know I'm not the only person that this has happened to, but I have dreams where I'm actually taking a piss in my dream, and I wake up thinking, "Fuck!" and I touch my dick. Did I just piss the bed? And luckily,
I've had those dreams.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, luckily I haven't pissed the bed, so I get up and I take a leak, and I'm fine. But it's one of those quick, like, holy shit, this is embarrassing if I just pissed the bed and as a grown ass man.
So,
I know people listening are like, yeah, that's happened to me too, but won't admit it.
Well, Amando's
like, that's happened to me.
No, I just said it.
Amando's about to. He's going to tell a story.
It's happened to me, but a better story. About 20 years ago, we had a party at the house. I woke up in the middle of the night after drinking all fucking day and just getting fucking hammered. I got up, like I fucking woke up thinking I pissed myself, and I guess I sat up in the bed. And Kim's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm in the bathroom, whatever. And then she said that about 10 seconds passed, and I was open up a drawer, and I pissed in my fucking drawer. So I had to pick the whole dresser fucking apart, wash everything, clean the fucking dresser. I think we might have got new furniture that week too.
I'm pretty sure I would have gone out the front. Someone else take it. At least I get some new shirts.
Something like that happened to me. There was a girl that I was dating a long time ago, and she spent the night at my place. And I hear water, something's leaking. And I look up, and she's sitting in my chair, my office chair, because I had my office in my room. She's sitting in my office chair, and she's pissing in my office chair, and it's going through the seat and hitting the floor, the plastic roller,
the plastic roller thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get one of those.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "What are you doing in the bathroom?" I'm like, "Bitch, you're pissing in my fucking office chair."
Hi, Jennifer.
No, she's definitely not listening to this episode now.
Oh, God.
So here's another funny story about something like
Hang
that.
on.
Right?
That should be a segment we have every week. Something else you didn't know about my wife. No,
it wasn't Jennifer.
I'm kidding. I know.
No, she's got way more class than that.
Just waiting you go, no, well, it's not. Well, it's not.
So I have a friend. This was like way, way, way back in the day. He had a barbecue at his house. He invited family over, his girlfriend, a bunch of friends, and everything else. All of a sudden, we're like, where the fuck did Fred go? And turns out that Fred took his girlfriend in his room to have sex. So they were both drunk as fuck. Apparently, he stuck it in her butt. And during the butt sex, he's like, what the fuck is that smell? And he said he looked down and he was like, bitch, you just shit on my fucking carpet. And she's so drunk, she's like, no, you shit on your carpet. And he's like, what the fuck would I be shitting on my own carpet for? You shit on my fucking carpet. So he made her pick up the shit, toss it in the toilet, And then he fucking kicked her out. I don't think he ever saw her again after that.
Oh God.
And then after admitted it was his shit.
Yes.
No, it was definitely her shit. So we found out it was probably more than likely her shit because he tells us the story after he kicks her out. And one of our other friends' girlfriends is like, yeah, every time we have anal sex, I feel like it's an urge that I have to shit when he pulls his dick out. I was like, this is way more than I really wanted to know right now. But thank you for that information.
Yes.
Now we know it was this chick's fault, not Fred just being really fucked up and shitting on his own carpet. So that took a weird fucking turn, didn't it?
It did.
Does Fred have a crooked dick?
I don't know.
He's like maybe he's messing with the plumbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a small guy, so
can we get Fred on the podcast?
I don't think his wife would want him to. No, that's probably.
Can we get his wife on the podcast?
Yeah.
No, his wife was actually. Remember the Jamie Kennedy Experience TV show?
Yeah,
she was on that show for a while. Well, not a while, but during one episode. Yeah, as a cast member. Long time ago. No, it was just she was an inspiring actress.
Not too inspiring because she ain't on anything else apparently.
No, family Matters took over.
That was a good show. She was not on that one.
Family Matters?
No. All right. You want to get to the criminal of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Hit it.
So
Hit it.
This one was kind of this one made headlines around the country just recently. This guy that was road rage, he came out of his car in front of a truck, and
that's tragic.
He fucked around and found out. Check this out.
Yes.
I'll play it one more time for you.
Don't swap hands when you're going up to someone with a gun.
Yeah. So, for those that are only listening, this was last week. This guy cuts off the truck. I guess there was a bit of road rage. The guy gets out of his car with the pistol in his hand, approaches the truck, hits the truck with the gun, says, "You want to fuck with me? I'll fuck with you," and puts his switches his gun from strong side to weak side. Raises his arm to the window. Gestures that he with his fingers that it's a gun, points it at the guy in the truck. The guy in the truck takes 3 shots at the guy's head and kills him.
Yep.
Is this in Florida?
This was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I believe Milwaukee or Wisconsin.
I think he had a Joe Biden moment. He forgot which hand his gun was supposed to be in.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid of him. But so the funny thing is, they detained the guy that shot him at the scene, realized that it was self-defense, let him go. The wife was still in the car when he got shot. Of the guy that got shot, the wife of that guy was still in the car.
Wow.
She is crying foul, saying that there was no reason for him to be shot.
Well, sorry, you got out of the car with a gun. That's intent.
That's very much intent.
As soon as you pull the gun out, you show the other person you have a gun. That's intent.
Yeah. I kind of want to say, and this might be fucked up, but the man that got shot was of Middle Eastern descent. It sounds like he's Indian or Pakistani or something like that by the name.
He looked white.
No, his last name was Nudwar or something like that.
Punjab.
Nudwar. Yeah. So very likely that with his temper, he was probably beating her a lot. So this is her saving grace from getting beat from now on, is that he's dead.
Maybe she just said that because he has a big life insurance policy.
They just got married. Like they've only been married for a month.
That's a quick divorce.
That's a very cheap divorce too.
I see it's a conspiracy. I think that's what that is.
She's
She
a
set that
second shooter.
whole thing up. She set it whole thing up.
There's a water tower right behind him.
Just like Trump, they keep saying Trump set that up just so they could like just shoot his ear off, just that tiny little bit. Like they've tried to reconstruct that at 10 feet away and can't take his ear off, let alone 160 yards away.
Yeah, Brandon Herrera, who was running for Senate in Texas, he has his own YouTube channel.
You watched probably the same thing I did.
Yeah, he's an ex-SEAL. They tried to reconstruct that whole scene, and it was a shit show. They obviously proved that it was not staged.
The dummy died like 4 times.
Yeah. There was also a second one done by a YouTuber. His name is Garand Thumb, or the channel's name is Garand Thumb. And they tried to do the same thing and failed. There's no way that this was staged just to shoot at an ear.
Mm-hmm. Well, and just to get votes.
Yeah. You know what you do just to get votes? You fill the DEI checklist. And you hire a woman that thinks that she's black, and you parade her around in front of all the loyalists.
Yes.
That's what you do for votes. You pander.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fucking get me on the soapbox, Chris.
If all else fails, pander.
Yeah. Well, I just like how everyone's turned, like, literally overnight. Biden's so like, we can't wait for Biden again. He's so good. He's this. He's cognitive, and he's smart, and he's this, and he's that. And overnight, Kamala Harris, like, she's the best. Like, what happened to you going, what about Joe? Why did they get rid of Joe?
Yeah. No one cares about Joe anymore. Joe's yesterday's news.
Yeah.
It's Johnny come lately is all they care about.
The same people that were saying Joe Biden is the greatest we're now saying Joe Biden is the worst, are now saying that Kamala is the best after saying 4 years ago Kamala was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure it out.
Yeah. Go news media, do your job.
Yeah.
Con everybody else yet again.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty much everything that I have on my list for this week. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about?
I think we hit all the topics. I think
we're pretty good.
I think next week I want to talk about all of these guys that have Jeeps, and they give their wives fake tits and they start posing them on their Jeeps just for clicks. This is becoming a trend.
Really? Who's that?
I'm seeing this more and more and more and more now. And
I don't keep up with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't. But you told me to get TikTok. You son of a bitch. And now that I have TikTok on my phone, these things pop up, and I'm just like, come on. I mean, you're a fucking ugly ass fucking troll. You're rich, so you got this cute wife. And you're propping her up on your Jeep for clicks. It's pathetic.
Everyone's just trying to get rich, dude.
Story is not freaking old.
No,
it's been going on ever since.
We've been seeing it through classic cars.
Yeah,
we've seen it through.
Remember the Street and Strip magazines?
Oh yeah, but
exactly.
Here's the thing: the off-roading was the last purest thing that we had.
It was,
and
now these aren't off-roaders. These aren't off-roaders.
True.
Just because they own a Jeep did not make them off-roaders.
I blame Larry McRae. I blame Larry McRae.
Scott. I blame Scott Blum.
But likely, no.
Poison
Larry
Spider
was just
Girls.
given the tool.
The Poison Spider Girls calendar ruined it for everybody. Everyone tried to get on that job.
But Larry was only the tool. It was Scott's fault that the Jeep actually existed.
Yes.
That 4-door Jeep, all Scott's fault.
That's when the shit changed. You never ever saw a TJ girl getting all, half naked. No girl owned TJs.
Yeah. But it's becoming a situation where off-roading is very much no longer purist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's categorize that correctly. The Jeep scene is different.
Yes, I will say that.
It's not the off-roading, because
it's even changed.
Don't do that.
No.
And
it's even changed in the 4 years. Well, I got here in 2018. It's even changed in the last 5 years man, can I add up? Yeah, 5 years.
No.
It's 5 years because 2018 I wasn't really in it until I got, 2019 I got really, really involved going to all the shows. That's when, in that 5 years, it's changed from a little bit to a lot.
Yeah.
The girls, the girls' clubs have gone. They're not so much there anymore because they're all bitchy and carry on and they're just going to kill each other. We all knew that was going to happen. That C, her.
Cunt her.
Yeah, they're pretty much, I think they disappeared. I don't see them out anymore. So, we all knew that was going to die. It's going to get catty, and you can't put 5 girls in a room together, let alone 30 or 40.
Right.
Someone's going to get hurt.
There's going to be a cat fight.
Someone's going to lose some hair.
There is
and a bra.
Titty's going to fall out. Titty's going to fall out. Someone's going to lose hair. Someone will break a nail.
There's also quite a few, and when I say quite a few, I mean quite a few dozen Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you want to look at, of girls that are still doing the same thing that girls were doing 10 years ago, just exposing themselves for sponsorships for a vehicle that they're never going to take off road.
Mm-hmm. It's for the mall crawler.
Yeah. There was a girl. This is a perfect example of how and why sponsors or manufacturers should stay away from these bitches. Is because there was a girl a while back. Her name was Superstaff. I'm pretty sure you guys remember this one.
I remember Superstaff.
Who?
Her name was Superstaff. She was or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
she had a unicorn. It was all unicorn.
It was a white Jeep with pink shit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I never had to deal with it.
Trust me,
shit.
if you
And
saw
I
it,
just told
if you
them-
saw it,
and
you
I
know
just,
who she is.
all those just go into the trash can. That sponsorship email in the trash can. Trash can.
So
trash
this
can,
is very stereotypical of what is going on.
You need
this
one
is
now
what
for
happened
rub
with
on.
her. She got a bunch of sponsors. She got her Jeep decked out,
Rub too.
and then a year later she sold it. So these sponsors are now like wondering, where the fuck is my investment? Why did I sponsor this fucking broad if she's just going to sell her Jeep?
Okay,
and get
there's
out of
two.
the scene?
Okay, I can go the other side of that too. I know there's some certain guys that have built 3 or 4 vehicles off sponsorship and sold them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those people actually works for an off-road shop right now in Arizona. And it's one of the big ones. Armando probably knows which one I'm talking about.
Who?
In Phoenix.
I wouldn't know.
Dosh
Maybe I
Off-Road.
do.
Oh, well, he just builds a cell.
Yeah, but he gets sponsors, throw a heap of shit on there and sells them. Like there's guys do it too, so it's not just girls.
Right.
Yeah, look
but
at
the
Dove.
girls are more likely to get out of that vehicle once the lease expires and not keep it. Or I'm tired of it. I need new tires. I can't afford new tires. I'm just going to trade it in for a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? Where at least guys will say, I need new tires. I'm going to go work overtime to get some fucking new tires.
Yep. But I also know some girls too that are sponsored, but actually wheel their shit.
Yes.
No, there's both sides.
It's a very small few to like the percentage wise would be 20% of them literally wheel the absolute crap out of their Jeeps.
Right.
And the 80% are just there for show, clicks, let's make some money so I don't have to get a real job.
Yeah.
And live off Instagram and TikTok.
Well, if we didn't have Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, there wouldn't be this problem.
Well, you just see them at the show.
Well, that's the other part of it. That's the other part of it. When they're posting all these pictures, they have multiple filters on. They show up to the booth. They're like, "Hi, I'm Bridget," or whatever, and you're like, "Who the fuck are you? You look way different."
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you don't have 10 filters on your face, taking away all your acne.
You must be the Shrek Jeep.
Oh, I had sticker fright. At Daytona, about 3 years ago, I was walking down the main street when they used to block the main street off, like a little street off in Daytona, where everyone parked their Jeep and all the rest of it. And there was 2 sisters. I can't remember what their name was. And on Facebook, Instagram, hot as anything. Hot. And they're walking in front of me, and I'm like, oh, that's those 2 girls. They turned around, and I'm like, I literally was going to say, hey, what's going on? And I literally went, and walked the other way. They were like, you know who they look like? You know something about Mary?
Yeah.
The grandma that's up in the looking through the window.
Looking
through the window.
Yeah.
The leather.
That's what they look like. And I was like, holy crap. And I've had people walk up to the booth all the time. I'm like, who are you? And they tell me who it is. And I'm like, you look nothing like your photos.
Right.
Can you put the filter on now?
Yeah. Like, do you walk around with the screen? It was
Hold on. Let me take a picture of you.
So bad.
I think the auto world, car world, Jeep world, whatever world in general would be better off without social media. It's ruined it. Completely fucking ruined.
I was happy to pick up a magazine. Like I prefer to look for a magazine than scroll through Facebook.
Yeah.
And Instagram, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you get a story behind the magazine when you see a photo.
Mm-hmm.
This, you don't get a story. You just get some girl posting hashtag and the part that she's listing, he's 10% off. Use my coupon.
And the photos mostly of her, and with the part in the background 25 feet away.
Yep. So I agree. It's just, it is what it is.
So that's what I actually try to do. On my Craw 5280 channel, I had a series called Grit.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of that was to highlight the individual and not so much their vehicle, but the individual and their story. I did one on Armando.
Mm-hmm.
I did one on John Grounds, and I did one on Diesel Prince.
Diesel one was probably my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's Diesel.
Yeah.
Don't take offense to that, Armando. You're one of my favorites too.
No, I said mine sucked.
Yeah. Some people can talk about themselves. Well, Diesel can fucking talk about himself.
Yes, he can. Yeah. But my goal on that again was just to highlight the person, because I think there's a lot of stories that are overtold just for clicks, but there are a ton more stories that are untold because the person is so humble and they don't really care that their story is out there, but they need to be out there. Like John Grounds. That's why I interviewed him for that series.
Yeah.
We interviewed him on the show too, on this podcast. And it's for a reason. The guy is the, typical pull yourself up from your bootstraps. I have this goal. I'm going to reach this goal, even if it means sleeping in my fucking trailer.
And fail.
Sleeping on someone's couch.
Reboot.
Yeah. Couch surfing,
Yep.
sleeping wherever you had to sleep, doing whatever you have to do. It's getting there and doing everything
hard
you need
work.
to do to get there, putting the effort in, and then realizing that you've got there and you're there and you've hit it and you've done it, and then looking back going, what a fucking ride.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think maybe I will reboot that after I recover from the surgery. I'll line up some people. I had some people in mind.
Gabe's going in for reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, for my shoulder.
Oh, that's not what you told me.
That's not for the penis.
That's not what you
That was a
told
penis
me.
recovery.
That's not what you told
Penis
me.
reconstruction.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I could just tuck the penis. What are you talking about?
Is this gender reassignment?
Yes, that's what you told me. That's why you can't edit, because your manliness is going to go away.
Hi.
Hi,
my name's Gabe. I'm back from surgery.
Oh, look at my pink nails.
I start slapping myself in the head like that fucker. Why did he drop out? Why did he drop out?
I know an ex-wife that used to do that. Smack herself in the head.
Which one?
Armando knows which one it is. So do you, Gabe.
All right, folks. I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Making fun of ourselves.
We
No
gotta
more
stop at that one.
self-deprecation.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I bet you do.
You drank a fifth.
Well, whatever it is.
See, now your wife can't listen to this episode. My wife can't listen to this
Hey.
episode.
I don't think Justine watches this at all anyway. So.
Okay, good.
Hi,
I'm
Justine.
safe. I'm 100% safe.
I love you, Justine.
All right, everyone. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching. And don't forget to go to liftedforless.com and check out that website for all of your Jeep, truck, and Bronco needs. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll catch you next week.
Ciao, Bella.
See ya.